A report published today revealed the extent to which women remain underrepresented in positions of power in Scotland. According to Engender's Sex and Power 2020 report, there are 562 women missing from positions of influence, ranging across politics, the media, public sector, justice and business. That is the number of women it would take to reach equality with men, who currently occupy 68% such power roles in Scotland. While this is an improvement on Engender's 2017 report which found 703 women missing from positions of power in Scotland, it represents only marginal rises in some areas, and stasis or backsliding in others. Not enough change is happening, the report says, and not quickly enough, to redress the gender imbalance in Scotland's corridors of power. Emma Ritch, Executive Director of Engender said, Sex and Power 2020 shows that positions of power in Scotland are still overwhelmingly dominated by men, controlling decisions over legislation, convictions, the media we consume and the healthcare we receive. 3 years has seen just 4% change in the overall representation of women in top positions, and several sectors such as the judiciary actually move backwards. But there is cause to be hopeful, Ritch said. In politics where consistent pressure has been applied from groups like Women 5050, the Coalition for Racial Equality and Rights, and the Equality Network, we have seen a change. Scotland has equal representation in our MEPs, in our cabinet, and in local authority chief executives. But much more needs to be done to ensure we see 50% of positions of power in Scotland held by women, and that these women represent the true diversity of Scotland. We want to see our democratic bodies, courtrooms, business boards and art galleries filled with women of colour, disabled women, lesbian and bisexual women, trans women, and all other women who are so often ignored. Speaking in advance of the launch, Equalities Minister Christina McKelvey said, I welcome this report which highlights the continuing gap between men and women in positions of influence in Scotland. It is everyone's responsibility to address this gap. The Scottish Government has taken action to improve women's representation and to advance women's equality in a broad range of areas. In 2018, we introduced the Gender Representation on Public Boards Act to improve the representation of women on listed public boards in Scotland. Women have the capacity to be great leaders, and we need to make sure that they are being given this opportunity. One of the areas of greatest improvement, however, is in politics. There, the report says, efforts by Scottish Government, action by political parties, and pressure from the general public has seen significant gains. 50% of Cabinet Secretaries, the Scottish Parliament corporate body, and Scottish Me. For more on this story, visit the news article link.